Strategy groups. Another type of small group is a strategy group. A strategy lesson generally includes a minute or two of strategy teaching, followed by time for guided practice. Usually, children in a strategy lesson are not reading the same book, but are instead working on the same strategy. Often, they are reading books that are roughly the same level of text complexity. What's important is that your strategy group provide an explicit teaching point that targets a particular need you have ascertained from your work across several conferences. These groupings are flexible. You'll need to consider not only who is in each group, but also why you're placing them together and what and how you'll teach them.
Okay, readers, find a good pausing place in your books. So we've been working a lot on reading intensely, right? And one of the things we've been working on is making a mental movie. Give me one of these if you've been doing some of that work. Good. So what we really call that is envisioning. And when we envision, we say things like, I'm imagining or I'm picturing. Can you look in your notebooks right now and see if you can find any places where you've maybe said, oh, here I see I'm picturing. Here Preston wrote, I'm imagining. You're picturing Amelia. Great, awesome. So it seems like we're already doing this work, right? I want to show you today a way that we can take it to the next level. Sound good? So I see in our envisioning jots, we're noticing who, we're seeing the characters in our minds, and we're noticing what they're doing. But what we want to try to do is notice how the characters are moving. So to do that, we might think about our characters' feelings. And that kind of helps us get a sense for what they might be looking like in their face or how they're moving their bodies. Do you want to try some of that work with me? Yes. Okay, so we read this chapter today in Tiger Rising. And do you remember at the end, Rob is sitting on his bed and he's carving wood and he starts to carve the tiger? Do you remember what do we know about Rob and carving wood? How does that make him feel?
It makes him remember about his mom.
Yes, remember that? It reminds him of his mom because his mom taught him. So is this something he enjoys or is it something he doesn't like to do?
Enjoys.
He likes to do this. I think it's kind of calming for him. Would you say so too? Okay, so I'm gonna read this and we know it's gonna be Rob and we know he's gonna be carving, but let's see if we can imagine maybe how he's doing it. What does his face look like? What is his body doing? Are you ready? Okay. Rob sat on his bed and started to work on carving the tiger. He had a good piece of maple and his knife was sharp. And in his mind, he could see the tiger clearly. So, did you picture maybe Rob's face? What did you see on Rob's face?
A smile.
Oh, maybe he was happy? Did anybody else see him maybe a little bit focused? Okay, so what we might do also is try to fill in the gaps in our mental movie using what we know. So we knew that Rob likes carving wood. It helps him feel relaxed. I know Rob loves carving wood, so I'm picturing a big grin on his face. Do you see how we did that? So I want you now to read your books. Think about who and what you're seeing in your mind, but also think about how they're feeling and how they might be doing it. Do you want to try that work? Okay, pick up your books and get started. How's it going, Preston?
Good.
Talk to me about what work are you doing? Have you started this envisioning yet? Okay, can you tell me what you're thinking?
I'm thinking that her mom doesn't like being in this hotel.
Good, so you're thinking about your character feelings, aren't you? So now tell me, how is she reacting? What does she look like? What are you seeing in your mind when you picture her mom?
She's like scared.
Good. So what might her face be looking like?
She's like a screaming face.
Oh, maybe screaming? So is she running? Is she moving her body?
Yes.
And how might she be running?
She's running really fast.
Good. Could you jot some of that down? Use what you know about the feelings and jot what you're picturing in your mind. Hey, Jermaine, how's it going?
Good.
Good. Tell me some of the work you're doing. Have you tried this yet? Okay, you want to talk to me about it?
Yes.
Okay.
I noticed that Harry is showing a girl a shoebox.
Good.
And scaring her.
Oh, so you're noticing who's in your scene, right? Harry and this girl. And what is he doing?
Scaring her.
With the shoebox. So now you can really think about how this girl is reacting. How is she feeling? What does she look like?
She's feeling scared.
So what do you picture her as?
I picture her as
Like maybe her face. What does her face look like?
screaming.
Maybe screaming. Okay, maybe is her mouth open? Does she look shocked? Good, could you write about that a little bit? Okay, I'm gonna come back and check on you. All right, Rihanna, how's it going over here? Did you get a chance to try it? Okay, you wanna talk to me about what you're thinking?
I'm thinking that like maybe her mom doesn't want her to go outside.
Can you open the book and show me where you're thinking this?
scared because like he was looking at pictures outside,
Okay.
and like the dude that was like eating the scorpion probably makes her don't want to go outside anymore.
So who doesn't want to go outside, her mom or her?
Her mom.
Her mom. So you're thinking about her mom? Are you thinking about how her mom looks, or are you seeing her face in your mind?
Her face.
Okay, what are you picturing? Can you tell me more? Make me see the movie in my brain too.
Like her face is like really disgusted.
Okay, so is she feeling upset? Is she feeling bothered?
She's feeling bothered.
Okay, can you write about that? Can you include the character feelings and how she might be looking too? Make me see that picture in your jot. Hey Javea, how's it going?
Good.
Good, talk to me about what you're thinking.
I'm thinking that later on when they go to the restaurant, I think Froggy's gonna eat Nessie. Because
Oh.
he's very hungry.
That seems like you're doing some predicting work, huh? That's great, keep it up. But now I want you to see if you can try this envisioning. So I like how you're thinking about your characters and what they're doing. Have you thought about their feelings at all? Tell me about some of the feelings you're thinking about.
Sometimes he feels happy sometimes, but when he thinks he's all dressed, but when his mom tells him to do something, he gets angry.
And then what do you picture when he gets angry?
He seems frustrated and mad,
And what might he be looking like? What do you see on his face?
angry.
Okay, or maybe his eyebrows are furrowed. Okay, good, that might be something you can jot about. Find a good pausing place, you guys, and let's come back together. So, as you go off and read in your books, I want you to remember that you can use your character's feelings to help you make a better mental movie in your mind. So when you envision from here on out, can you make sure that you think about your character's feelings too? Okay, off you go.